The state of Utah likes its guns. In fact, the Brady campaign to prevent gun violence says Utah is the only state that has fewer restrictions on firearms than Arizona. And now some Utah lawmakers want to make their state the first to designate an official state gun. The State House has already passed a bill approving the M1911 handgun. It was invented 100 years ago by Utah native John Browning. Clark Aposhian is the chairman of the Utah Shooting Sports Council, and Jennifer Seelig is a Democratic state representative in Utah. Good to see you both today.
Thank you, Contessa.
Thank you.
So, Clark, let me begin with you. Why is it important for Utah to have a state gun?
Well, not just any state gun. The Model 1911 was designed and invented by John M. Browning, a son of Utah pioneers. It's the 100-year anniversary of this firearm's adoption by the U.S. military. It is the appropriate time. It's the appropriate firearm to honor the appropriate person here in Utah.
Were there other guns in the running for state gun?
Nope, this was it.
Jennifer, let me ask you, what's the reaction been to this bill that has passed the House?
Actually, Contessa, I think that a lot of people think that this is a big waste of time, particularly since we are facing some economic challenges in the state. And if we want to honor a historical figure, that's great. Let's do it some other way than going through some official designation of a state symbol. A state symbol is supposed to be something that unifies the population in the state. And guns certainly are a divisive type of unit, and it's polarizing. We do not need that.
And why now? I mean, it's coming on the heels when gun control is back in the limelight again, given the shooting in Tucson and the injury caused to Congresswoman Gabby Giffords. Was there anything, Clark, to this timing?
Absolutely. Well, no. I mean, we actually introduced this bill, the concept of it last year. But I think it is entirely appropriate. The Tucson shootings, the Virginia Tech shootings have portrayed firearms in a very negative light. I think this firearm designation bill will enlarge the debate and ultimately show that firearms are actually useful. I mean, they've been used in our military, our law enforcement, especially this firearm, by competitive pistol shooters and collectors and target shooters. There are far away many more good uses.
One of the state representatives, actually, Stephen Sandrum, said that the Browning M1911 has single-handedly saved more American lives on the battlefield than any other American. That's and there you see Carl Weimer, who says it's an implement of freedom that's defended America for 100 years. Let me just ask you, Jennifer, normally kids learn about the state symbols. I mean, they're the ones that are learning what the state tree is, what the flower is, what the state fruit is. Are you concerned that they're going to learn what a state gun is?
Well, I would say that perhaps we should be teaching them that, for example, in 2009, about 43% of all our homicides in Utah were caused by a handgun. You know, again, that's a lot of victims, a lot of families, a lot of pain that's very real. We shouldn't be holding that up. And related to the Arizona comparison, I would caution everyone to not politicize that very tragic event for any side in this debate. I think that it actually does harm to the tragedy that was caused, and it cheapens the hardship that is faced by all the victims.
Representative,
so again, this is
Representative
yes,
Seelig, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate that. Clark Aposhian, you as well, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.